Hey guys, this is Ajay here from Maple Assistance. Last 1 week I was not keeping well, so I was not much into my work. So I took a break for a week or so, maybe 10 days, and I was not actually working. And last Saturday evening, my phone got a lot of calls and messages. It was flooded with a lot of messages. And to my surprise, a lot of my clients had shared a screenshot of the draw number 176. Initially, when I took a look at it, I thought it's maybe a technical glitch or something was not right or it was a fake news or something. And then I really wanted to check it out. So I went to the website and I was shocked. I was shell shocked because to 27,300 odd invitations in a single draw, that has never happened. So today we are going to analyze, discuss, understand what this draw is all about, and let's take a look at what the future holds for the people who are going to apply under the federal skilled worker category. So stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Ajay. I'm the founder of Maple Assistance. If you're here for the first time, and please do consider subscribing to this channel. I make videos related to the Canadian immigration process, cracking your IELTS, and everything to do with Canada PR process. Well guys, now let's take a look at this crazy draw that happened on Feb 13. So this was express entry draw number 176 and it's a Canadian experience class draw. And look at the number of invitations issued. It's 27,332. That's crazy guys. That's out of this world. And the date and time is Feb 13, 11:56 UTC. And look at this one. CRS score of the lowest ranked candidate is 75. Now that's super crazy, like 75. So you might be thinking, how can one person have a CRS score of 75? How is that even possible? You might be having that question. Don't worry, I'll be addressing that in this video. And the try-breaking rule applies to everyone who has applied or created a profile before September 12, 2020. 15:31 UTC, right? So this is the craziest draw that I've ever seen, or even, I should rather say experience that an express entry has ever experienced. This is the craziest draw ever, and I'm not sure that we'll have another draw like this in the future. I'm really not sure, but this is something totally crazy, guys. So that's the thing that I want you to know. Express entry draw number 176. 27,332 invitations with the CRS, the lowest cutoff score is 75 only, and it's a Canadian experience class draw. I know what is actually going through your mind as soon as you actually took a look into that particular draw. So your question is, what is the CEC draw and how is it even possible to get 75 points? So what happens to the 67 points calculator? And so many questions must be going on in your mind. Am I right? So let me explain that right now. So basically CEC stands for Canadian Experience Class. So if you want to fall under the Canadian Experience Class category, then you must have had minimum 1 year work experience in the last 3 years. That's the criteria to fall under the CEC class. And the most important thing that I want you guys to understand is that the eligibility, such as the 67 points calculator out of 100, which you need to meet in order to be eligible to create an express entry profile, or the educational requirement, or the continuous 1 year work experience requirement, which is mandatory for a federal skilled worker, doesn't apply to a CEC candidate. So now let's just take a look at the minimum eligibility requirement if you want to create a profile under the Canadian experience class category. Alright guys, now let's take a look at the eligibility to apply for the Canadian experience class category. So a lot of you are actually confused with the CRS points being at 75. So now let's just take a look at the minimum eligibility. So here are the minimum requirements if you have to apply under the Canadian experience class category. You need to have at least 1 year of skilled work experience in Canada in the last 3 years before you apply. So this can either be a full-time job, that is 30 hours a week for 12 months, or equal part-time, like for 15 hours a week for 24 months. And this is one. Next, coming to the education part, This is where the thing is. There is no education requirement for the Canadian experience class category. So you don't have to have a diploma or a bachelor's or a master's. There is no particular educational requirement. And coming to the next part, that is the language ability. The Canadian language benchmark for NOC code 0A is just CLB 7. CLB 7 is all 6 in your IELTS, reading, writing, listening, speaking, just scoring all 6 in your IELTS. That is what is the minimum language eligibility for NOC code 0 or A. And coming to NOC code, that is B, the Canadian language benchmark is only 5, CLB 5, which is 4.5, I believe, which is very, very less. So this is it. So these are some of the minimum eligibility requirement that you need to meet in order to apply under the CEC category. So there is no 67 points calculator. There is no educational requirement. There is no continuous work experience. The thing is that this 1 year of work experience, it need not be continuous as well. It can be in bits and pieces. You might have worked 3 months in a particular job, taken a break, then 6 months, another 3 months. So that's it. So that's how one would have actually got a score of 75. Now that you know the minimum eligibility criteria for a Canadian experience class, basically, if you're having a 1 year Canadian work experience, you get somewhere around 30-35 points. And if you have scored a CLB 5 in your IELTS, then you would be getting somewhere another 24 points, I believe. So 34 plus 35 plus 24, I think it's, what is it? 34, 25 is 59. With 59 points, you can actually enter the express entry pool. So that is mind blowing. Am I right? So you can enter the express entry pool if you are a Canadian experience class applicant with just 59 points. And I'm pretty sure if you're having 2 years of work experience, that goes up to 70, 75. And that is how one would have actually got a score of 75 CRS points. And people who had a score of 75 CRS points, congratulations to every one of you, because you would have never even thought in your wildest dream while creating your profile that you're going to get an invitation. And there you go, you have done it. Now coming to the next big question. Why did IRCC conduct such a big CEC draw? Right? So this is a very big question that's going on in minds of a lot of FSW candidates. So last December, that is December 23rd, 2020, was the last federal skill worker draw, and the score in fact dropped to 468, which gave a lot of hope to the FSW aspirants. But now, ever since that particular draw, there has never been a FSW draw. So that has created a lot of anxiety, and this has, been a big nail to all the aspirants. So let me explain what's happening with IRCC. So with all the travel restrictions in place, and it's getting tougher and tougher in each day in Canada, it is hard for them to allow people inside their country. So just to give you a simple example, one of my very own client who has actually submitted the documents way back in 2019 December, we checked the GCMS notes and it says it's all approved. But even though everything is approved, she hasn't got her COPR yet. So IRCC is not issuing any COPR because the travel restrictions are in place. So it is not possible for people to travel into Canada even if they issue the COPR. So, and that's going to put a lot of pain to their staff members who are working. And a lot of places in Canada is already under lockdown, and they are working from home, and it is not going that efficiently. So they want to restrict it. At the same time, if you remember, their targets for this particular year, or I should say for the next 3 years, is very aggressive. So this year they wanted to, give in somewhere around like 110,000 invitations, right? So a lot of invitations. So how do they do it? So the best way to do it is to give the invitations to the Canadian experience class. So who are these people? These people are someone who are already there in Canada, who have a job there in Canada. So they don't have to travel from outside the country to Canada because they are already there inside Canada. They already have a job. They are contributing to the cause. They are paying their taxes, and therefore it is a wise decision for them to issue these invitations to these temporary residents who are there in Canada. And what did Canada get out of this big draw? It is very simple, guys. Just calculate 27,332 people have got their invitations in this particular draw, and all this 27,332 people are definitely going to grab this opportunity, and they are going to submit their documents. And when they submit their documents, they are going to make a payment of 1,350 Canadian dollars. So 27,332 into 1,350 Canadian dollars is a huge amount. It's a very, very, very big amount, guys. And Canada is going to make that money. Canada is a country which relies heavily on international students and new immigrants. And now for the past 1 year, both these avenues have got hit. So therefore, somewhere they need to revive the economy, and by conducting such a big draw and issuing invitations to so many number of people, this is going to be a big boost to their economy as well. So from my point of view, I would say it's a master stroke from IRCC. Appreciate them. At the same time, it is like, they have not just made a huge sum of money, not just that, but it is a way of thanking the people who have already taken the pain and effort to be there in Canada, work in Canada, and pay taxes in Canada. It's a way of saying thank you to those people. And if you are a CAC applicant, there you go, you have again done it. Now comes the next big question. What's going to happen with the FSW draws? When is the next FSW draw going to happen, or is it going to be FSW draw? Will they take a break? So there are a lot of things that is going on in your mind, especially in terms of the CRS, whether it's going to go up or it's going to come down and stuff, right? So first we need to understand something out here. 27,332 invitations plus another 10,000 invitations that was issued in the month of January. Putting together, they have almost hit 37,000 invitations this year. Already. Now it is just 2 months. We are just into February, which means there is still another 10 months, but they have already completed a quota of 4.5 months. So there is a good chance that IRCC may not conduct any draw for the next 1 to 2 months, which means that there are a lot of applications which are going to come in new. They are going to pile in, right? And that is one particular possibility. If that case happens, then the initial FSW draws are going to be really high. It can be anywhere around the 480s mark, like 478, 479, even 480. That's a possibility. The initial 1 or 2 draws might be really high because it would have been like 3-4 months since an FSW draw had happened. You remember last year when the COVID stuck and FSW draws was stuck, and the first FSW draw, the score was 478. So it might be very similar to that. We might have a high CRS cutoff score. If case 2 happens, so what is case 2? Case 2 is in the next 15 days, we might have an FSW draw. Why I say this? Because the CEC candidates, CEC applicants are all totally flushed out, and the number of people who are going to create new applications are going to be very minimal, right? They cannot conduct a draw for those many applicants. I don't think so that's practically possible. So the only way or the only option that IRCC is left with is to conduct a federal skill worker draw. If that happens in the next 15 days, then you can see that the CRS score might come down pretty soon, right? I wouldn't say that it's going to come down drastically, but I believe that the CRS cutoff score can actually come down pretty soon. It might start off with mid 470s, but in subsequent draws, it can actually come down soon, because 27,332 people out of 150,000 odd people who are there who have created the express entry profiles, 27,300 are now out. So it simply means that the pool has got definitely diluted, so the concentration won't be there. So it is easy for the CRS score to drop. I'm not talking about a drastic drop like what you saw with the CEC applicants. Please don't mistake me that way. Here I'm just telling you that it is easy for the CRS score to come down in 2 to 3 draws, right? So let us all hope that we are getting a FSW draw in the next 15 days, and subsequent fortnight we are getting a draw regularly. If that happens, then again the CRS score might actually drop down. So that is what I personally believe, guys, and it is my thought, and I may be right here, I may be wrong here. So comment what you feel in the comment section below. One more important question, guys, which I want to address before I sign off. So a lot of you were asking me this question, Ajay, now that that Canada is giving importance to people who are already there in Canada. So should I actually give up my dream of moving to Canada? No, absolutely no. You need to understand, guys, Canada still requires a lot of people, right? And because of the situation, because of the travel restrictions and the travel ban and stuff, they have given importance to the CEC candidates, and they have done a very good job, I would rather say, right? But again, Canada is definitely going to look at people like you, and they need people to come into their country. They need people like you and me to drive the economy of the country. So they will be looking out for people who are outside of Canada. So now is the right time that you go ahead and start off your process if you haven't done so. If you have your IELTS and if you have your ECA done, please go ahead and create a profile without wasting any time, I should say, because you never know what can happen with IRCC. They might even do another draw like this, like 25,000 invitations for the FSW candidates. So I wish that something of that sort happens, so it's all possible with IRCC. That is what this last draw has shown us. So please don't give up your hope. Please don't be disappointed with what's happening, because a lot of positive things are going to come up, in very few months. I'm pretty sure that restrictions are going to be lifted and things are going to become easy for us. And again, they are going to start conducting these draws, and you could actually be picked, and you might actually get an invitation. So whatever can be done from your end, that is giving your best in your IELTS examination, getting your ECA done and creating the profile, that's all that you can do from your end. So try to do that and be there in that pool and try to get your best score and sit in that express entry pool with your best score. And you never know, a miracle can happen, and you might get your invitation as well very, very soon. So that's it from me, guys. I would like to sign off now, and congratulations to everyone who have actually got the invitation in the last draw. And if you want to consult with me, and if you want to process your file through Maple Assistance, I'm really willing to help you out on that aspect. So you can click the link below. I've given that in the description. You can book a consultation call, and we can see how I can help you out in your process as well. So that's it from me, guys. I hope this video was useful to you. I hope you like this video, so please give it a thumbs up if you liked so, and subscribe to our channel and share this with your friends to whom you think it is relevant. So I'll be back with another video, guys. Until it is Ajay signing off. Take care and bye bye.